We start week 11 with the Commanders and Eagles on Thursday Night Football. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we're back with a beauty of a game for Thursday Night Football, and I actually mean it this time. We got the Eagles hosting the Washington Commanders in an NFC East showdown. But as you guys know, last Sunday was the worst Sunday I've probably had on the channel. But primetime bets, we are 5-1 in the last six bets for primetime games. So hopefully we can ride that momentum and start out strong here. So quick reminder, NBA Best Bets video will be out later tonight after this one, so be sure to check that out as we give out more research help. But before we get started, you guys know the drill. OUTLIER is our partner, and they are the best player prop research tool on the market. All you got to do is click the link below. You get a 7-day free trial. Absolutely nothing to lose, and you can check it out. I use it every single day, and I use it probably even too much. So, but it is absolutely incredible. So go check it out. But let's get right into it, and that means it's time for the NFL fun fact. So here we go. Dallas fans, congratulations. The Cowboys have set an NFL record. They are the only team in NFL history to trail by 20 or more points in their last 5 home games. Congrats. In this video, we're going to talk Sunday and Monday Night Football recap because we have not done that yet. And then we're going to preview and give our best bets for the Eagles and Commanders on Thursday Night Football and wrap it all up with the recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as we're on our way to 32,000 subscribers. All right, thanks a lot for the support. Let's get into it, and it starts with the recap. All right, there it is. 3-1 in the last 2 games of Week 10. Jared Goff over 1.5 passing touchdowns got the job done pretty easily too. And then C.J. Stroud, we had to sweat it out a little bit in the fourth quarter, but that was a nice, easy winner over the 31.5 pass attempts. What a wild comeback by the Lions. Then Monday Night Football, the only loss was by 1 reception because Jonnu Smith was not included in the game plan, apparently, in the first half. He had 0 catches, and then finally at halftime they said, you know what, maybe we should use him. And he had 3 catches, but he falls 1 short on the hook. Matthew Stafford over 250.5. I was never really stressing it out because he just is a guy who can throw for a ton of yards, and seeing them play from behind was nice to see because you knew he was going to just chuck it all over the field, and he sure enough did. I think he had almost 300 yards again. So 3-1 in the last 2 games. We're going to hopefully ride that momentum, forget about last Sunday, and move on. So there's the overall season record. As you can see, it sucked all of our profit on Sunday, but we're down 1.9 units. It's time to get on that hot streak. So now it's time to talk Thursday Night Football. All right, we head out to Philly to start Week 11 as the Eagles host the Washington Commanders. Eagles -3.5. Total in this game is 48.5. Let's just talk some notes before we get into the best bets. Eagles coming in on a 5-game winning streak. A big reason is their improvement on defense. Vic Fangio has done a great job with this defense since the Week 5 bye. 7th best defense DVOA, and it's honestly one big part of it is their 2 rookie DBs. They've been playing really well, Cooper DeJean and Quinion Mitchell. But also keep in mind, I will say this. So when I give you these notes, it's not to lean one way or the other. It's just to give you as much info as possible. But 4 of their last 5 opponents, they're offensively, Browns, Giants, Jags, and Cowboys with Cooper Rush. So keep that in mind. Obviously, that helps, but they also did play a game against the Bengals, and they played pretty well defensively there. This will be the first mobile quarterback that they have played all season, which is kind of crazy to me. So Eagles are also 6-0 when A.J. Brown plays. That's pretty impressive, that's for sure, because A.J. Brown is an absolute stud. Doesn't really surprise you, but Washington is now coming in off 3 straight games decided by 5 points or less. They had some blowouts earlier on. It's not the case. Hail Mary versus the Bears, 5-point win against the Giants, and then a 1-point loss to the Steelers last week. So the Commanders and Jaden Daniels, been a great story, maybe the best one in the NFL so far. But I will say this season, the Commanders offense has faced the 5th easiest schedule in terms of defenses played. So last week versus Pittsburgh was only the 2nd time all season they have faced an offense that's considered above average DVOA. So just something to keep in mind. It doesn't mean they're bad or they're going to not play well or anything like that. So really, we have a Commanders defense that has played bad defenses, and Eagles defense that's played bad offenses, blah, blah, blah. You get it, but something has to give here. So Eagles are 11-2 straight up and 10-2-1 against the spread as home favorites of less than 7 points under or less under Nick Sirianni, the coach. So that's all the stats, the info that I got for you. I don't have a play on the side, but if I did, it'd probably be the Eagles -3.5. But I would have really liked it if I got 2.5, but right now over a field goal, I'm just going to stay away. So my first best bet, it's my 1 unit play of the day. It's Jalen Hurts under 28.5 pass attempts at -114 on FanDuel. It is a full one unit, like I mentioned, and we're going to hop right into Outlier on this one to kind of go over the details. So, like I mentioned, they made some changes offensively and defensively after the Week 5 bye. As you can see right here, he is now under this line in 5 straight games. Okay, so now if we click on the last 5, yes, we can see he's under, but what you can also see is the average right there. He's only averaging 20.6 pass attempts per game in the last 5. I mean, we could have 28 and we still cash. That's the crazy part. Now, we also have the best matchup possible. If you look over there, it's number 1. That's right. They have allowed the fewest passing attempts per game. They're tied with the Dallas Cowboys. So, you want to know reasons why it's like that? It's because their run defense is very good. I mean, it's not very good. Sorry, I said that wrong. The Commanders' run defense is not very good. They are allowing the 9th most rush attempts per game, allowing the 5th most rush yards per attempt in the NFL. So, the team's game plan, it's obvious. You want to run the ball on this team. And then usually when I say last 5 on Jalen Hurts as well, usually you don't want to just bet last 5, but when you made such big changes after the bye offensively and defensively, I think it does matter here. But with the defense also playing well, it's going to keep them in the game, allow them to stay in it, so they're going to stick with the ground game, in my opinion. But, the one time this is going to be a worry when you take an underpass attempts is if the other team just like gets out to some big lead or anything like that. I don't see that happening here. I think the Eagles kind of control the game. I know they struggle a little in the first quarter, but I don't think the Commanders can pull away or anything. So let's talk quarterbacks versus Washington. Russell Wilson, 28 pass attempts. He averages 28 per game, so it's right on par. Daniel Jones, 26 pass attempts, averaging 34.1. Caleb Williams, 24, averages 33 almost. Andy Dalton, 16, he averages 30. Lamar Jackson had 26 pass attempts against the Commanders. He averages 29. Deshaun Watson, 28. He averages 33. You can see my pattern here. Kyler Murray, who averages about 28 per game, only had 22 against them. Joe Burrow, 38. Joe Burrow tossed the ball over the field. Daniel Jones, 28 pass attempts again. And then Baker Mayfield, 30 pass attempts. That's all the way back in week 1. So overall, 8 of 10 quarterbacks have gone under this line versus the Washington Commanders. And the crazy part about this stat is Hurts averages less pass attempts per game than every single one of those quarterbacks. Like I said, as long as they are in the game, I think Jalen Hurts with his legs, I think we see a lot of Saquon Barkley. 28.5 to me is just too high of a line. If you can only get 27.5, I also like the under there. So bet number 1, Jalen Hurts under 28.5 pass attempts. Second bet is just a sprinkle. It's all it is. We're going to have some fun here. I don't want to, you could just bet the 1 touchdown. Give me Jalen Hurts 2+ touchdowns. That's right. That means it has to be rushing touchdowns. I found this at plus 600 on Bet365. I'll throw a quarter unit at it. I'm going to be honest. It's not something that I think I'm not going to just sit here and tell you have to bet this or anything. We're just going to have some fun. But here's the deal with this plus 600. We need 2+ rushing touchdowns. He has 8 in the last 4 games. He has 2 or more rushing touchdowns in 3 of the last 4 games. That's not a bad hit rate for a bet when you're looking at plus 600. The tush push is working again. He's become the main guy near the end zone. And in fact, here's a crazy stat on Jalen Hurts. He has a whopping 15 red zone rush attempts in the last 4 games. He leads the team with a 42.9% red zone rush share. Yes, that's even slightly higher than Saquon, which is absolutely crazy. Overall, Washington's given up the 10th most rushing touchdowns on the ground. I don't see a reason not to take it. This is a number 1 red zone offense for a pretty good offense who has 8 touchdowns in the last 4 games, plus 600. Again, if you just want to take his normal anytime touchdown, I think I saw it at minus 115. I thought about playing that, but I don't want to put more than a quarter to a half unit on Jalen Hurts touchdowns. So give me Jalen Hurts 2+ touchdowns for a quarter unit plus 600. Along with Hurts under the pass attempts. It's all about Jalen Hurts today. That's right. So if I have any added plays, it will be in the pinned comments on X and on Discord. Now, before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. Jalen Hurts under 28.5 pass attempts for 1 unit, and then Jalen Hurts 2+ touchdowns plus 600 on Bet365. Let's take a chance. Sprinkle a little quarter unit on that. I might have another half unit play I might add. So be sure to check the pinned comments on X and on Discord for that. But thank you guys for watching. As always, let's have a great week 11 in the NFL. Hope everyone has a great Thursday, and we'll talk to you soon.